Make sure you focus only on the breath and relax the entire physical body and the mind. Don't allow the mind to wander anywhere. So these are the key aspects you should note down when doing pranayama. Inhale as much deep as possible. So this is a very effective exercise to relax your physical body and mind within a few minutes. So when the physical body and especially the mind is relaxed and the mind has attained a certain amount of quietude, Upanishad mantras say that one should use this quietened mind opportunity to do dhyanam, upasana on the supreme truth. Upanishad mantra says, Sarvam khalvidam brahma tajjalaniti shanta upasita. Shanta upasita. So mind should be quietened. So unlike all other this meditation courses, which don't focus on first quietening the mind, traditional dhyanam says that one has to have a quietened mind to do dhyanam. And when you do more dhyanam, the mind will attain more quietude. So when the mind is quiet, shanta upasita. So a systematic process as per Upanishads, how to do dhyanam on the supreme truth, should follow that. On which principle? Brahma. On this Brahma Tattvam. As sarvam khalvidam. Everything is Brahman. How to attain that knowledge? So we begin by taking Upanishad mantras which reveal the supreme truth. Brahma Tattvam, pure consciousness, the form that you can first connect with. So, one mantra from Kathopanishad says that this supreme principle, Brahma Tattvam, which is pure consciousness, is your own true nature and is present within all the physical bodies. Ashariram sharireshu anavastheshvavasthitam mahantam vibhumatmanam matva dhiro na shochati. Sharireshu ashariram. Within every physical body, there is a supreme principle which is not having the nature of matter principle or the physical body. It is independent in terms of its nature, but is still present within the physical body. Ashariram sharireshu. Anavastheshvavasthitam. It is beyond the three states of experience. Beyond the states of experience that the mind undergoes during waking state, dream state, and deep sleep state. So one has to analyze it avasthatrayam. It's called avasthatraya vivekaha. Analyzing these three states will help you understand that there is a supreme consciousness which is part and parcel of all the three states, but is not connected to the impressions of any of the three states. So, anavastheshva avasthitam. Avasthitam, it is there, but it is not connected with the three states. Tam Mahan. This is greater than the greatest principle. Vibhum, the most glorious principle. Where is it? Atmanam. Mahantam Vibhum Atmanam. And what you should do? Don't need to do meditation, stand upside down, do all that. Matva. Matva. Understand the systematic study of Vedanta Shastra. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, Sakshatkaram. Dhiraha. So a person dedicated to this Vedanta Margam, Nashochati, goes beyond all sorrows, attains supreme bliss by this supreme knowledge. This supreme knowledge, the sovereign knowledge, only gives you supreme bliss. So, what is this sovereign knowledge? Let's understand now through the ninth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः निधये सर्वविद्यानां षजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्ते नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतं वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः अपार करुणा सिंधुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचंद्रशेखर गुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्महम् ओम. All of you chant Yam Brahma loudly. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunvanti Dimyaistamaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginah यस्यांतं न विदुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः. ओम श्री कृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः. ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः. श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. श्री भगवानुवाच तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम् येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता नवमोऽध्यायः राजविद्या राजगुह्ययोगः। ॐ नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अंडमं व्यक्तसंभवम् अंडस्यान्तस्मिमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Let's all chant shlokas 4, 5, 6 together. We have learned in the last class. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Maya Tatamidam Sarvam Jagadam Yaktamurtina Matsthani Sarvabhutani Nachaham Teshvavasthitaha न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यम् वायुः सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Hardam Swagatam, hearty welcome to the next session on the most important, greatest chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the ninth chapter. What is the name of the ninth chapter? Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yogaha. Sovereign science, sovereign secret, greatest knowledge, greatest secret. So even though it is explained in multiple ways through the Bhagavad Gita, through the Upanishads and the Brahma Sutras, difficult to grasp, but one has to keep on trying this again and again. Our Venkatji posted wonderfully Mahaperiva's wonderful reconciliation between the Veda Purvam and the Vedantam. I hope all of you have read it. The Vision group, please take time out, read slowly all the 9 pages. Ram Ram Subbu. Anyway, we're getting Christmas holidays, complete no weekend till January. This should be studied. We study this deeply again and again. Understand the Vedic path. Wonderfully reconcile. So you have to keep on trying, even though you may not attain the ultimate goal in this life. If possible, Bhagavan's grace is there and there is no impediment. You will definitely get Atma Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam in this life. But even if you are not able to achieve the pinnacle, don't worry. What will happen? You will be born quickly again in the next life and continue from where you left. So one should not give up this systematic study of Vedanta Shastras at any cost. You can give up anything, but never, because tell me, once you leave the Vedanta class, other things occupy your mind, right? Do we think about Param Brahma Tattvam? Nah, anything? On. So more and more you take this opportunity, traditional paths, you don't study systematically, more and more you get tuned. And over a period of time, I keep saying, the mind should get magnetized with this truth. And so demagnetized from Maya and get magnetized by Brahman. See, there's a process. And so Bhagavan is explaining what? The true nature of Ishwara. So when Bhagavan is saying about himself, Maya tatamidam nachamasthani bhutani, don't what? Connect to Krishna Paramatma as an individual. This is a mistake. Many people, not only normal people, even great scholars of Vishishta Advaita Vedanta, Dvaita Vedanta, they personalize. In Advaita Vedanta, there is no personality cult. There is no personality cult. Because ultimate truth is arupam. No name, no form, ashabdam, asparsham, arupam, avyayam. Can your personality cult around something that has got no name, no form, no color, no shape? And tell me, personality cult will go behind what? Some appearance. Nama, Rupa, Guna. Now you are understanding. Last class, you all understood? What is the sloka? Which summarizes the essence of every entity. There are five. Atmanatana. Very good. Once again, put it today. Those who missed it out. There are five aspects in every entity. Don't forget. Asti bhati priyam rupam namacha iti amsha panchakam. Abhyatrayam brahma rupam jagadrupam tatodvayam. Keep on chanting it many times. My Guruji used to say, Sundarama, ಈ ತರ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ವಾಕ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಪವಿತ್ರವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. That means your tongue itself will get purified by chanting all this. So, five aspects. Asti bhati priyam. Sat, chit, anandam. Existence, consciousness, bliss. It's all there in every entity which you are not able to understand. And what we all understand? Nama, Rupa, Guna. Very easy, right? So, an entity has got Nama, Rupa, Guna, name, form, and characteristics. For that, you don't need Vedanta. You need Vedanta to say that the blue pen writes blue color. Red pen writes red color. Correct? Huh? Leaf appears green. You don't need Vedanta for that. You need Vedanta to identify something that is present but still not getting revealed, and systematically, layer by layer, it's explained through the Upanishads. So Bhagavan says that when Bhagavan says Maya, by me, what you should understand? It is a supreme principle, Ishwara Tattvam. Ishwara Tattvam has got two aspects. What are they? Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti. Brahma Tattvam or pure consciousness and Maya Tattvam or matter principle. So Bhagavan says, I pervade the entire universe. Means what? Entire universe is pervaded by me. Which aspect is pervading the universe? Quickly. Para Prakriti or Brahma Tattvam. Write down. Para Prakriti is equal to Brahma Tattvam is equal to pure consciousness is equal to Satchidanandam is equal to Asti Bhati Priyam. Then, what is that? That is apparent individually. Each one which has got independent aspect is Nama, Rupa, Guna. That you understood. So, now, some people said, why should Bhagavan say that I am pervading and then say that everything is in me, and immediately next sloka he has to negate that nothing is in me. So, understand now clearly. This is called the classical method of Advaita Vedanta called Adhyaropa Apavadam. Write down. Adhyaropa Apavadam. Can somebody write this word? Adhyaropa means you superimpose a particular quality or nature on an entity to make you understand the right perspective and remove wrong notions, so that your mind is first straightened. Are you getting the point? Nah. Sometimes you use an instrument to make things straight. After that, that instrument is not required. Yes or no? Suppose a rod, iron rod is bent. What you do? You take it to an anvil and keep on beating so it is straight. After that, that is not required. Similarly, don't immediately like that Bhagavan is beating a hammer. Don't know. See, Upama Ekadesha. So, an aspect is superimposed on Bhagavan. Bhagavan is supreme principle. That everything exists in Bhagavan. That is the sloka number 4. Everything is in Ishwara Tattvam. Is called Adhyaropam. Why? Understand now. It is to make you understand that without Ishwara Tattvam, without supreme principle, nothing can exist. Are you getting the point? Go back to the screen. Without the screen, the picture cannot exist. So you say screen is what? Is supporting the picture or making the picture revealed. Yes or no? First point. So first is to make sure that you don't think they exist independently. Big Bang theory, that, this, everything, all the unnecessary noise, it should not occupy the mind. Simply Bhagavan is responsible for the existence of all entities. So Bhagavan is responsible for what? Srishti Sthiti Layam. Without Bhagavan, without supreme principle, without the truth, ultimate truth, nothing can exist. It is not Shunyavadam. As some person with Shunya Buddhi. Buddha is called Shunya Buddhi. That's the problem with Buddha. Okay. So don't fall into the trap of all these things to make sure you are on the right track. Nagaraj should not fall into the wrong trap, but it should be on the right track. See? Be on the right track, don't fall into the wrong trap. First, Bhagavan says that everything, that means what? Without me, nothing can exist. Then immediately our mind is got this objective attitude, yes or no? Immediately we think only as an object. So if something is occupying some other entity within something, automatically we ensure that they are connected. All the qualities of the contained will affect the container. So Bhagavan will get polluted by all the wrong things. There is wrong thing in the world or not? As much as there is dharmam, there is adharmam. As much as there is purity, there is impurity. Yes or no? Anyway, you are sleeping, huh? So, a matter principle is existing in Bhagavan or the supreme principle. All wrong things also should stick to Bhagavan. So, Bhagavan is saying, what? Nachamatstani bhutani. That's not the way you understand. It is not the way you think that something is contained in a container. It is different. Don't think similar to objective analysis. So, how should we think? Hey Bhagavan, you are saying everything is in you. Next minute you are saying everything is not in you. How do I? Can't understand. Very good. Contactless listen. How to understand this? That is why sloka number 6. Can you understand now? 4, 5, and 6. A beautiful triplet in which Bhagavan has brought the essence of Vedanta Shastra in front of you in a very simple form. Sir, no? Nah. If I say, Yattadadresham agrasham agotram avarnam. Very difficult, right? Very simple, Bhagavan says. Masthani sarva bhutani, najamasthani bhutani. And now, sloka number 6. Stand 6 now. Now, perspective is clear, yes or no? All of you are clear now? Why 4 and 5 are required? You cannot say only 4 and leave you. No? High and dry. You cannot say only 5, sloka 5 and no, leave you scot free. Both are to be together. How many of you understood? Can you confirm? Chat box. Okay. Madam. So 6 provides the explanation that has been what? Some doubt arises in 4 and 5 together. 6 provides the answer. Sloka number 6. Let's start again. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Yathakashasthito Nityam Vayus Sarvatra Gomahan Tatha Sarvani Bhutani Matstani Tyupadharaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Why these 3 slokas are wonderful, unique, is one word is being consistently used in all the 3 slokas. What is that word? Just see whether you are awoken. Arise, awake. Matsthani. Very good. I'm very happy. At least some people are awake. Uttishtata jagrata matsthani. This is the greatness of how Acharyas, great Mahans teach. See, if Bhagavan gives some other word, then you can say, looks like no, there is no consistency in all these 3 slokas. The word Matsthani connects all these 3 slokas. Please underline that. So, if you start speculating or even having scratching your head, how is it possible? Something should be in a bigger entity, in a container. At the same time, the container should not get affected by the contained. And also, the container should be huge enough to accommodate everything. So, is there any example that I can give that I can start with? I can start to connect with the example, and with the example, I'll go to the final truth. So, the example is the pointer, and the truth is the pointed. So, please understand. So, immediately don't conclude. The example itself is the ultimate truth. Here, Bhagavan is an example of space. So here he wants to clarify about existence principle which is provided to all the entities as Brahma Tattvam. How does space hold all the entities? Now, many of you have not paid a lot of attention. Everything exists in space or not? Yes or no? Hmm? Yes. Satish is very clear. Okay. Now, does space get affected by the object that is present in space? Hmm? For example, if there is heat, furnace, I don't know whether you've seen no, furnace in space, does space get heated by the furnace? Suppose there is 47, 48 degrees centigrade, sun temperature, Shakapatnam. I will use that, or Delhi, wherever you go. Okay. Heat, tremendous heat is there from sun. Does the heat of the sun impact space? If heat is impacting space, sun's heat impacts space, then what should happen? The space around the sun itself something should happen to it. Yes or no? Think about it. We don't think. Outside the class, we don't think. So, what is getting impacted is not the space, but the air that is there in space. So, that is why when you, hopefully some of you, use agarbatti, right? And they do puja. Keep it in the puja room. You're sitting somewhere else about 10 meters away. The smell of the agarbatti comes to you. How? Is a transmission through the space or through air? Through what? Through the air. Fragrance is through the air. And so if the wind is blowing the other side, even though maybe this side, you will not get the fragrance. So Bhagavan is an excellent example of space. That is why you should understand the theory of creation as per Vedanta. What is the theory of creation? Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutaha. First, space. Akashad vayuhu. Next, air. Vayoragnihi. Next, fire. Agnerapaha. Next, water. Adhyaf Prithvi. Then the earth. Then Prithvyam Oshadhaya. Clear? Huh? So, what is the first created matter? No answer. I told you this now. Space. Very good. The first created matter is space. Space is also created. Please understand. Space is not existent forever. How will there be a time or whatever possibility of space being non-existent is a different discussion. I don't want to get you already thoroughly confused. I don't want to confuse you more. So Bhagavan is now saying that. Now you see, this sloka is very important. Why? To show the greatness of the container, should first explain the greatness of the contained. Are you able to think now? The contained or the entity within itself is great, then the one that is holding the contained has to be greater or not? The container has to be greater than the contained. Yes or no? So far, yes. Very good. Clear. So Bhagavan is now first praising Vayu Bhagavan or air. He says that this wind or air or Vayu, which is all pervading, it is great. Because why? It has got tremendous capability. Have you all seen typhoon, cyclone? It can create havoc, right? Both on land and in sea. Correct? So very powerful. And it is very expansive, huge and great. So in this particular shloka, Mahan is not Akasham. Mahan is Vayuhu. Write down. So the all pervading, almost in earth at least, all pervading wind, that is really great. Why it is great? Because all the qualities, right? What are the greatness of wind? When wind is blowing mildly, very nicely, you get cool wind. Sometimes no, you're wanting very nice wind, right? Cool wind you want. Sometimes you want warm wind. Nah, in Rig Veda, there are mantras only to propitiate the Vayu Bhagavan. So let good, nice, cool wind blow in all directions towards me and be auspicious to me. Like that, so many prayers are there. So air is very powerful when it becomes, because if you don't stick to path of dharma, adharma exceeds, Vayu shows. In what way? The same wind which can be cool becomes turbulent, violent. There is cyclone, typhoon, floods, everything, right? Even the floods that come from the ocean is not on its own. How does it come? They say the eye of the storm, right? From there only everything is connected with Vayu, please. And because Vayu is more powerful than water, which is created first. Now quickly think. This is analysis. Which is created? Which is created first is most what? Powerful or more subtler. Vayu is first, and then only apaha. Water, clear. Agni is in between. So the all pervading wind, which is great, it needs a container. It cannot exist on its own. Are you getting the point? It is existing in space. So, for people who are scientific, because people think what Vedanta is saying something, science is very different. Science only started scratching surface again. Now, people are analyzing space. Now only they have woken up. If you want to go and study some of them, research papers, they say space is like the most elastic matter. Keep on putting more and more and more, and any amount of matter, it expands and provides what? Enables existence of the entity. So it is a matter. So this space, just like the space, it is what? If wind itself is all pervading, space should be more all pervading. There may be places where there is no wind also. Correct? Today, space science says that there can be places where there's no wind. Is what? Absolutely, almost very high gravity. Even light is being consumed. No? All these things. So, in all the places, one thing is always there. Intergalactic space. Very good, Rajendran sir. Black hole, they say all that. There may be no wind, but what is there? Even in those places, what is there? Space is there. Correct. So, space is there everywhere. One. Two. Now, not only the wind, there are many other entities in space. Do any of them affect space? Suppose something has affected space, then what happens? Suppose, imagine space is like a conducting medium. Nah, the heat of the sun directly connects to space and comes directly to you. You'll be burnt in no time. Think about all these things, just giving you different perspectives. Okay. Space can never be affected by any entity, but still provides ashrayam, provides the support for everything. Everything exists in space, but nothing can affect space. So, this is an example. Bhagavan is saying, understand. Understand the way supreme truth, the Brahma Tattvam, which provides support to the entire universe, is like space that is providing existence, support to what? As a container to air and all other entities from thereon. So, Akashad Vayuhu, once you say Vayu, then Agnihi, fire, Apaha, water, Prithvi, earth, all elements can follow through. Clear? Huh? So, space is the greatest supporter of all matter principle directly. But for space also, something is required to exist. Now, write down, most important is not told here. Space itself doesn't have existence on its own. How do you know that? It is existing on its own always. We don't need the Upanishad mantra which says that space was created from Atman, from Brahman. So it is a created entity, and so it requires Brahman to exist. Clear? Huh? So, example to be taken: space, what in which is the entity in which everything is occupied in space, but space does not get affected. Similarly, you understand all beings are in me. Bhagavan says, me means what? What is the role Bhagavan is taking? Krishna Paramatma. Everything in Bhagavan, Krishna Paramatma. In Brahma Tattvam, Param Brahman. This is the way to understand. So Bhagavan is saying, this is the way, the only way you can understand. So Vedanta Margam provides you examples. Use those examples. Don't bring your own re-engineering or art into Vedanta. Now understand the Padavibhaga Anvaya for Shloka number 6. Yatha, now all of you become alert. Guruji say, Yatha Akashaha Sthitaha. One word. Akasha Sthitaha you take. One word. Yatha Akasha Sthitaha Nityam Vayuhu Sarvatragaha Mahan. 6 words. The first 6 padam in the first line. Tatha Sarvani Bhutani Matsthani. Matsthani. Don't say Matsthani. Matsthani. Iti Upadharaya. How many are there? 12. 6 plus 6. Now look at Anmaya. All of you got the Padavibhaga? Now Anmaya. Yatha Mahan Sarvatragaha Vayuhu Nityam Akashasthitaha. First group. Second group. Tatha Sarvani Bhutani Matsthani Iti Upadharaya. Upadharaya means you understand, verbal form. Upadharanam, understanding. So, dharaya, upadharaya. Now look at the meaning, word by word meaning. Yatha. Yatha means what? Just as. Similar to. Just like. What? Mahan. So Bhagavan is now praising what? Vayu Bhagavan first. Mahan. So there are 2 qualifications for Vayuhu in this shloka. Write down. Qualification is adjective, which shows the quality or nature of that entity. Mahan means what? Great. Mahantam vibhumatmanam. Somewhere you heard that, no? Like that. Mahan, the great. Sarvatragaha. So, Sarvatra gacchati iti sarvatragaha. Write down. Okay. Sarvatra gacchati iti sarvatragaha. Sarvatra means what? Everywhere. Gacchati means what? Goes everywhere. So nobody can stop. You cannot say wind, you should not come here. Okay. So we should put watertight, airtight is quite difficult. So generally air will go wherever it feels going. So sarvatragaha, it's all pervading. Mahan, great. So these are qualities of what? Brahman or space or wind. Wow, you very good. So just as the great all pervading wind, where is it present? Nityam. Nityam means what? Ever. Akashasthitaha. Present in space. Akashe tishtati iti akashasthitaha. So many people are finding it difficult to chant the word Matsthani. Yes or no? They say Masthani, then Mastan, they will go somewhere else. Matsthani iti Matsthani. Maya tishtati tani iti Matsthani. This is a vyutpatti for the word Matsthani. Okay. Similarly, here Sarvatragaha. So Sarvatra gacchati Sarvatragaha Vayuhu Nityam Akashasthitaha. Present in space. Akashe tishtati akashasthitaha. So first example. What is the example? Just as the great wind, which is what got two qualities. One, it is really great. Two, it is all pervading, is ever present in space. Second group, tatha, the same manner, yatha, tatha, yatha, tatha, tatha, in the same manner. Sarvani bhutani, all beings. So Bhagavan is meaning only all beings. Now here you take characharam. All beings means what? Not only living but non-living, moving, non-moving, all entities, matsthani, so are present in me. How Bhagavan as Prakriti Brahma Tattvam provides existence to everything. So everything has exists only in Brahman. Iti upadharaya, iti thus. Upadharaya, you understand. So does this example give you some clarity? So practically we are seeing everything is in space, but space is unaffected. Similarly, including space, everything is in Brahman. Brahman will never get affected by any matter principle. That is how, even though Brahman or supreme consciousness is within you, within your physical body, it does not get affected by our what? Impurity or whatever. Eh? You all chant the shloka, right? Na punyam na papam na saukhyam na dukkham na mantro na tirtham na veda na yajna. So that is how you have to analyze, understand, and after understanding, you should be constantly dwelling on this. Then only you will be able to understand and realize the supreme truth. So, fine. Everything exists in Bhagavan or Brahman. Do they randomly get created on their own? They simply come, they'll stay for some time, they'll go, or there is any reality or some what? Systematic process behind the existence. Bhagavan is clarifying sloka number 7. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye Punastani Kalpado Visrujamyaham. Madam.
श्रीभगवानुवाच सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकां कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
Very good. All together. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye Punastani Kalpado Visrujamyaham. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now, hopefully remember what Bhagavan told in the 8th chapter. What Bhagavan say? Helplessly all beings have to move from unmanifest to manifest state, from manifest state to unmanifest state. Yes or no? Just like children. Helplessly they are dragged into going to school. Nobody wants to go to school in the morning 7 o'clock. Nowadays, no, class start very early. Some people go at 6 o'clock itself, I'm seeing. They pull the child. I'm seeing, literally I'm seeing almost every day. They're all hoping for holidays to come. Correct? They do 2 shifts in school again. Morning shift, evening shift. So, same, real estate they want to maximize. They pull the children 6 o'clock. God, 6 o'clock already, sleeping. Nobody wants to come. Helplessly they are dragged. Similarly, you all want to enjoy, but helplessly you'll be put into an entity, a physical body, and then you have to undergo rigmarole, all these things. What is happening? So helplessly you're manifested, and just when you thought enjoyable moments are coming, you have to go into unmanifest. You have to kick the bucket and leave. That's the problem with life. So there is a Rita Dharma that is behind all these things. So Bhagavan says, hey Arjuna, even though all beings seemingly exist in the supreme principle, something called as kalpam. I told you, what is one kalpa? Forgot. What is one kalpa? As per the time calculation, Rajendra sir put all the time. That is 1 day. 1 day plus 1 night. Kalpam. So when one kalpam is 4.32 billion. So beginning of a kalpam, it is a day of Brahma. Brahmaji opens his eyes, so called, only figurative. So all beings move from unmanifest. That means what? Whichever has got, as per their ordained karma, they start the process of emerging from unmanifest to manifest. Doesn't mean immediately, why didn't I come before my grandfather? You cannot ask that. You have to come only in orderly fashion. Okay. So as per the systematic process, means what? Creation has begun. Nah. Example is all the Sri Mata. Moment you keep the cooker, is the food getting ready? Huh? It takes time, right? Even for food, you take time. Huh? Similarly, everything will come. Finally, when the food is eatable, it will come after some time only. Similarly, everything will have a time period for it to manifest, but this process is started. They say, no, is the food ready? It is started. They'll say, people are hungry, they go and ask in the kitchen, food ready? It started, it will come. Means what? Like just like, no, the cooking is start. Hopefully, I'm telling all this because you cook at home. Don't wait from Swiggy, Boogie, Zomato, Tomato, and all. You already have enough papam. Don't accumulate more papam. Okay. So just like we start the process and then it will emerge. So creation begins at the start of a kalpam. And what happens? End of kalpam, end of a kalpa, Sanskrit, all the beings are there at that time will go into unmanifest form. Clear? Na? So this constant process of emerging from unmanifest to manifest and from manifest to unmanifest is happening because of Maya Tattvam, Prakriti. Write down equivalents. Prakriti, Maya, matter principle, which is what? Not independent. It is an aspect of Bhagavan, the lower nature of Bhagavan. So, first cycle starts, creation. One cycle starts, creation begins. So, that is one kalpam. And the entire process of what? Dissolution or merger back into Brahman also is one kalpam. So, as much time it takes to create, so much time it takes to what? Finally, the process for a solid matter to first become liquid, then become vaporized, then become what? Merging in air, yes or no? You think it will happen just like that? It will take a lot of time. So that way the process, everything is finally burnt and the pure, finally what is remnant is what merges with Brahma Tattvam. That is why, Advaita Vedanta, we wear the Vibhuti. No, you see Vibhuti? It's called Vibhu. Vibhuti means what? Vibhuti means glory. What is the glory? Everything is burnt, it becomes finally ash that is white. The purity is what you get. That's why even during homam, anything that you want to offer to Agni first is purified with clarified butter, then only offer. That's the process. That is why the cooking that you do, the fire that you have in your kitchen is very, 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 you should have a lot of sanctity. You should maintain sanctity and purity of the fire that you have. So all these things are important. So Bhagavan is saying here, beginning of a cycle, all beings have to helplessly move from manifest, unmanifest to manifest, end of cycle, manifest to unmanifest, and it is not done independently. It does not happen randomly. It is not Big Bang. It is not happening indiscreetly. It is happening through the what? Directions or under the command of Bhagavan. And he says, I create them. I create beings at the beginning of every cycle, Kalpa. I destroy them at the end of every Kalpa. That is why to understand Vedanta is difficult. So in Purana, what they have done? They have given us three gods. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. And we say Brahmaji creates, Vishnu sustains, and Shiva, what happens? Destroys, we say. Huh? This is the process. Here, Vedanta, there is no Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. It is the principle you understand. Now look at the Padavibhaga Anvaya. So the process, how in 4, 5, 6 Bhagavan explained existence of all beings is further elaborated in this sloka. Sarva Bhutani He Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam. One word. Kalpakshaye Punastani. Punaha Tani. Two words. Tani Sarvani Samyamya. So remember the sloka? Tani is the important word. Okay. Punaha Tani Kalpadau. One word. Kalpadau Visrjami Aham. Repeat again. Okay. Sarva Bhutani. Very good. He Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye Punaha Tani Kalpado Visarjami. Very good. 11. All of you know very, very smart. So it's all stepping stone for getting Brahmajnanam. Now, Anvaya. He Kaunteya Kalpakshaye. Kshayam means destruction, end. Okay, Kalpakshaye Sarva Bhutani Yanti Mamikam Prakritim. Very important. This Prakritim and Mamikam have to be connected. That is why Anvaya is very, very, very important. Are you getting the point? Prakritim Yanti Mamikam, when you chant, it looks as two separate entities. What? Prakritim, Mamikam are two separate entities. But when you do Anvaya, what? Mamikam Prakritim. So, for people who are interested, this Mamikam Prakritim, write down in bracket. What? Mama Mayaya. So, Devi Hesha Gunamayi. Mama Maya Duratyaya. So, Mama Maya, Mamikam Prakritim is similar to what Bhagavan told, Mama Maya. Clear? Anybody can confirm? Very confusing. Prakriti, Maya, Bijam, all one thing. Okay, very good. NRS. So, Mamikam Prakritim. Then, Punaha Kalpadau. So, circle two words. Kalpakshaye, beginning, Kalpadau. Aham Visrajami Tani. Clear, huh? So, PVA team got the PVA? Clear? Now you see, understand this. Hey Kaunteya, hey Arjuna. Now, in this sloka, Bhagavan is explaining something with respect to creation. You all remember? 7th chapter. For creation, two things are required. What are they? Upadana Karanam, Nimitta Karanam, all forgotten. See, as soon as you forget, Bhagavan will remind you in the immediately next chapter. Write down. Upadana Karanam and Nimitta. What is Upadana Karanam? Material cause. Nimitta Karanam, instrumental cause or efficient cause. Upadana Karanam is material cause, should be Jadam, should not have consciousness. Otherwise, I will not participate in creation. Understand? Nimitta Karanam should not be matter principle, it should be conscious. Are you getting? I don't know whether you understand this. I gave an example of chapati flour and the cook, right? Upadana Karanam flour, Nimitta Karanam cook. Similarly, here what is Upadana Karanam? Quickly. Upadana Karanam is equal to Apara Prakriti, is equal to Maya Tattvam, is equal to matter principle, is equal to Bijam. Tak, 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 you should get all this clear. Nimitta Karanam is equal to Shuddha Chaitanyam, is equal to what? The Para Prakriti. So, the Upadanam or matter is like a storage. Okay. So, when one particular cycle begins, from there all will come out. and it will go back to the storage in what? Not like our storage, go down. It is all what? Subtle form, avyaktam finally. So this process of bringing forth manifestation is called srishti, existence is called sthiti, and unmanifestation of the entire creation is called layam. So hey kaunteya, so Bhagavan wants to begin with kalpakshaye. So at the end of a kalpa, 4.32 billion years, kshaye, end of the cycle, sarva bhutani. Bhagavan is focusing on living beings. Means what? Even the non-living later, but we are bothered about living beings, right? Living beings more affect us. Non-living also sometimes affect us, right? When cyclone, typhoon come, then they'll affect. Otherwise, when everything is normal, they don't affect us. So anyway, all beings, sarva bhutani, yanti. Yanti means get resolved. Resolved means what? They reach. They reach what? This layam, yanti, bracket layam. Resolve themselves into what? Mamikam prakritim, into my prakriti. Strilingam. Mamikam prakritim. Okay. So into me. Into my, not what? Not higher nature. Into which nature? Prakriti, lower nature. Are you getting the point? So within Bhagavan's two aspects. All matter go and resolve in the lower nature. And they exist as finally as what? Finally as Maya Tattvam, fundamental matter principle, which has got the DNA, the structure for what? Recreation later. But where does it exist? Maya cannot. Moola Prakriti. Very good. Moola Prakriti Ramvyakta, Vyakta, Vyaktas, Swarupini. We chant all that. Okay, remember this. So, where does Maya, can it exist independently? No. It requires Brahman. It exists in Brahman. So, Mamikam Prakriti. Understood so far? All things will only get resolved and become what? Subtle form, subtlest form as Maya. Then, Punaha. So when the right time comes again, kalpadau. So in the kalpakshaye, it all went into unmanifest. Kalpadau means adau. Adau means what? Beginning. Adau karma prasangat kalayati kalusham matrukukshau sthitam mam. Ado beginning. So kalpado, beginning of the next cycle, bracket, next cycle of creation. What happens? Aham, I. That means what Bhagavan says. He takes control. I visrjami. Srijami. Srijami, you all know or not? Srijami means what? Create. Very good. Visrjami. Visheshena srijami. Systematically I create. So Bhagavan says, I once again, or Vibidham Srijami, Vishesham Srijami, whatever, Vishesham. So these are two things. One, speciality in this creation, and also variation, differences, different entities. What was seemingly one entity? Write down, why Srijami? It is not just a small creation. All have been resolved into one entity called Maya Tattvam, fundamental matter. From that one entity, everything should spring forth as multifarious things. Please understand. So I create all these multifarious entities. What? Thani. Them. All these things I create. So who is responsible for Srishti, Sthiti, Layam of all matter, non-matter, what living, non-living, all? Who is responsible? Supreme principle. And so to make all the common people understand, what did the great Purandasa sing? Srishti Sthiti Laya Karana Govinda Ipari Mahimaya Thidiyu Dhananta. Very nice song in Kannada. All of you listen to that. That you get a lot of Vedanta Tattvam also. So let's chant shloka number 7 and the class. Sri Bhagavan Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mamikam Kalpakshaye Punastani Kalpado Visrajamyaham. Aham Visrajam. Very important. Aham is a very important word. Bhagavan does that Continuously, without effort, effortlessly he does it. So, remember this, so all of you who participated so far, continue to participate in the Gita Samvatsara Vaibhavam, who have not chanted. Now your job becomes slightly more difficult. So you got 3 more days. What you should do? You have to chant up to chapter number what? Forgotten. Up to 11. Be ready for the 12th chapter, wonderful chapter, 12th chapter on Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Don't know, think it's 7:30 a.m. 7 a.m. India time. Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Tatsat Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavan Tyayata Hari Om Narayana. Who have not downloaded the ebook, please download, be ready by Saturday morning. Hari Om Tat Sat Narayana.